Okay. Uh, in the previous class, I completed the branch account. And all the videos are uploaded in the YouTube. And the YouTube link is already sent to uh, all the groups. A division group, B division group, and financial accounting group. All the three groups I sent the uh, uh, YouTube link. So you go through the YouTube link and see the videos and make perfect the that higher purchase system and solve all the problems in connection with higher purchase system. Okay. And if you are having question papers, you go through the question papers. Otherwise, in the coming days, I will upload the question papers also. Okay. So every day you try to solve the problems, whatever I uploaded. You repeatedly solve the solved problem. No problem. Okay. You go through the book, you solve the solved problems and exercise all the problems with your own knowledge, application of your own knowledge. Don't go through the solutions and explanations. Okay. You make perfect that chapter. The higher purchase system is the very easy regarding accounting. Only thing is calculation of interest and depreciation. Okay. You study carefully and complete it properly. And today I'm going to start the second unit. The second unit is branch accounts. Okay. What is branch? First we have to see why the branches are established, what is branch, and what is the relation between the branch and head office. Okay. So if you come to the branch accounts, where the organization intended to expand its present business, wherever the business persons are interested to earn more. Their aim is to earn more, increase their profit, increase their wealth. It is not only the aim of a businessman, it is the aim of every person. Every person is having unlimited wants. You study this in your economics. Okay, every person is having unlimited wants. So to satisfy their wants, they involve in so many activities. Okay, therefore, every businessman has intended to expand his present business because of he is interested to earn more. He is interested to increase his wealth. So every businessman is interested, or every person is interested to increase the wealth and profits. Okay, and enjoy or lead their life uh, comfortably or luxuriously. To enjoy their life comfortably, every person wants some money. Every person wants that money. That money is earned by way of profit, and that is earned by way of wealth. Okay, to earn money, they have to involve activity. So businessman involved in certain business activity. If he is not satisfied with the existing or present condition, then he want to expand his business. Whenever he want to expand his business from the existing area to some other area, then whenever he is interested to expand the present business, it is he open a new business unit. Opens a new business unit in the different place of the same city. He may open the business unit, another business unit in the same city or in same district or in the same state or in the same nation, or he may establish the business unit abroad the globe. He may establish the business unit abroad also, means in the foreign country also. So For the purpose of expanding the existing business unit, if a businessman establishes the business unit outside the existing place, that establishing a business unit is called as expansion of business. That whatever business unit he starts outside the existing business area, original area, that unit, business unit or outlet is called as a branch. Is called as a branch. Okay. So for the branch, first requirement is head office. Means main business. First main business is essential. If you are having a main business, you expand the main business by establishing new business units in the same city or different cities of the same state or within the nation or abroad also. If you establish business units outside your original area, that is called as a branch. And where you originally uh, working, that original place is called as head office. Therefore, you have to establish a business unit outside your present business area. So present business area or original business area is called as head office, and business unit established outside the city or outside your existing business area is called as a branch. Therefore, if you want to say branch, there must be head office. So this is the introduction part relating to a branch. Why the branches are established? The branches are established mainly for the purpose of expanding the present business. To expand the present business, a businessman opens the business units outside, within the town, city, within the city at different places, or within the state at different places, or within the nation at different states, or abroad, for the purpose of expanding the business. That is the main purpose. Okay. Establishing the business units outside your location, is called as a branch. Okay. And where your original business is situated, that original business is called head office. Okay. So now we come to the meaning of branch. What is a branch? So branch means opening business unit. You have to open a business unit at different parts of the same city. For example, you are in Nippani. Okay. Your city is Nippani. You are having a business unit in Nippani. You establish the business units in the different places of Nippani. One in the Chikkodi Road, another you establish your business unit at different places. Means you establish one in Chikkodi Road, another in Kolhapur Road, and next one in Sankeshwar Road. Like that, at different places you establish the business unit in the same city. It is called as a branch. Or in the same state, if you are interested to expand your business in the different places of the same state, you may establish your business unit, one in Bangalore, another is in Davangere, Belgaum, and so on. Okay. Or you may expand your business. You may open the business unit. You may open the business unit in the different parts of the nation. That means you establish your business unit. One in Goa, another is Maharashtra, someone in Madhya Pradesh, Delhi, Uttar Pradesh, like that. You can establish your business units, or you may establish your business unit worldwide. Worldwide means you may establish your business unit in Pakistan, Afghanistan, USA, Russia, England, like that. Okay. So opening the business unit at a different part of the same city or same state or same nation or worldwide for the purpose of increasing your business. So if you increase the business, automatically the transaction increases and wealth increases, profit increases. That is the ultimate aim. Okay. So each unit is called as a branch. Remember this. Each unit is called as a branch. In turn, the original place of business is called as head office. Original place of business is called as head office. Remember this. Original place is called as head office. Clear? You remember this meaning for 2 marks question. What is a branch? Next come to branch accounts. What is branch account? Next question is relating with our branch account. What is branch account? Branch account means branch account is an accounting system. Branch account means it is one system of accounting. Branch account is a one system of accounting in which separate accounts are maintained. For each branch of a corporate entity or organization. Branch accounting means it is a one system of accounting or method of accounting in which separate accounts are maintained for each branch of a corporation, entity or organization. If you are in organization is a corporate sector, then you call as a corporate. So you remember only one sentence regarding the branch account. Branch account means it is the system of maintaining the account, in which separate accounts are maintained. For each branch of the corporate entity or organization for the purpose of ascertaining the profit or loss on each branch. For the purpose of ascertaining the profit or loss made on each branch. This is the meaning of branch accounting. You remember two sentences. One is connected with system of accounting in which the separate accounts are maintained for each branch of the organization, and these accounts are maintained mainly for the purpose of ascertaining the profit or loss made by that branch. That is called as a branch accounting. Here are the two questions. First question is, what is branch? First paragraph explains what is branch, and second paragraph explains what is branch accounting. Branch accounting andre ena? Branch andre ena? ಎರಡು ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸಿಗೆ ಎರಡು ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂದು. ಬ್ರಾಂಚ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಯಾವುದು? ನಿಮ್ಮ ಸಂಸ್ಥೆಯ ಘಟಕಗಳನ್ನ ಬೇರೆ ಕಡೆ ಪ್ರಾರಂಭ ಮಾಡೋದು, ಅದು ಬ್ರಾಂಚ್. ಇನ್ನು ಅಕೌಂಟಿಂಗ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನ? ಬ್ರಾಂಚಿಂಗ್ ಸಂಬಂಧಪಟ್ಟಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಅಕೌಂಟ್ಗಳನ್ನ ಹಾಕ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ವ್ಯವಸ್ಥೆ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ರೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅಕೌಂಟಿಂಗ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ಅದು ಬ್ರಾಂಚ್ ಅಕೌಂಟಿಂಗ್. ಸೊ ದಿ ಪ್ರೈಮರಿ ಆಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟಿವ್ ಆಫ್ ಬ್ರಾಂಚ್ ಅಕೌಂಟಿಂಗ್ is for better accountability and control. Better accountability and control means make ascertain the profit or loss made by the branch. Since profitability and efficiency can be closely tracked at the branch level. If you want to know the profitability of the branch and efficiency of the branch, whether the branch is working efficiently or inefficiently, that is judged on the basis of transactions made by the branch. Efficiency of the branch is judged on the basis of transactions made by the branch, and profitability is ascertained on the basis of total transactions of the year. The profitability may be more or less. Okay, so branch accounting means it is the system of accounting where a separate accounts are maintained for each branch of the organization for the purpose of knowing the profitability of the business concern of each branch. Okay, these two are the meaning of branch and branch accounting. Then come to the objectives of branch. What are the objectives of the branch accounting? The first objective of branch accounting is to know the profit or loss made by each branch. First objective, why we prepare the branch account. The main objectives of the branch accounts are, first is to know the profit or loss made by each branch. Whether the branch is earning profit or not earning profit, what is the position of that branch. To know it, we prepare the branch accounts. Then second objective is to know the financial position of each branch. What is the financial position? Whether the position of the branch is good or not bad. Whether the financial position of the branch is good or bad is ascertained on the basis of branch accounts. That is the second objective of the branch accounts. And third objective is to control the activity of the branch. For the purpose of controlling the activities of the branch, you maintain the accounts. If you maintain the accounts, on the basis of accounts maintained, you come to know the transactions made by the branch. If the transactions made by the branch are satisfactory, no problem. If the transactions made by the branch are not satisfactory and not up to the mark, then you can control the activities of that branch. So the control of activity, controlling the activities of the branch is possible with the help of accounting system. Then to find out the requirement of goods or cash for the branch, whether the cash is required or not required to the branch, that can be ascertained with the help of accounting. The next is to provide concrete suggestions. To provide concrete suggestions for the improvement in the working of different branches. If you want to provide information, for the improvement of the branch, you require certain base. On the basis of accounts provided by the branch, you give certain suggestions and ideas for the improvement of the working of that branch. So that is the fifth objective of the branch account. And next objective of branch account is to compare the performance. To compare the performance of activities of one branch to another branch. If you want to compare how the branches are working, Okay, if you want to make comparison between one branch to another branch based on their activities, accounting is essential. So objective of accounting is to compare the performance of the branch, and next is to meet the statutory requirements. To meet the statutory requirements means the accounts are essential for the purpose of filing the income tax return, for the purpose of filing the GST, and for the purpose of getting loan from the bank, and for the purpose of extension and etc. So in some statutory requirements of accounting is there. Okay, without accounting it is not possible to submit your GST return. Without accounts it is not possible to submit your income tax return. So there are certain government restrictions and statutory requirements. For those statutory requirements, you have to maintain the account. That is the last objective. ಸರಿಯಾಗಿ ನೆನಪಿಟ್ಕೊಳ್ರಿ. ಯಾವ ಬ್ರಾಂಚ್ ಎಷ್ಟು ಲಾಭ ಮಾಡೈತಿ, ಎಷ್ಟು ನುಕ್ಸಾನ್ ಆಗೈತಿ ನೋಡೋ ಸಲುವಾಗಿ ನೀವು ಬ್ರಾಂಚ್ ಪ್ರಾಫಿಟ್ ಯಾವುದು ಅಕೌಂಟ್ ಹಾಕ್ಬೇಕಾಗ್ತತಿ. ಎರಡನೇದು ಹಣಕಾಸಿನ ಸ್ಥಿತಿಗತಿ ಏನಾಗೈತಿ ನೋಡ್ಬೇಕಂದ್ರ ಅಕೌಂಟ್ ಬೇಕಾಗ್ತತಿ. ಇನ್ನು ಯಾವ್ದನ್ನ ನಿಯಂತ್ರಣ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರ, ಬ್ರಾಂಚ್ಗಳನ್ನ ನಿಯಂತ್ರಣ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರ ಅಕೌಂಟ್ ಬೇಸ್ ಮೇಲೆ ನಾವು ನಿಯಂತ್ರಣ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಆ ಅಂತರ ಎಲ್ಲಿ ರೊಕ್ಕ ಐತಿ, ಎಲ್ಲಿ ರೊಕ್ಕ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಐತಿ ನೋಡ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರ ಅಕೌಂಟ್ ಹಾಕ್ಬೇಕಾಗ್ತತಿ. ಆಮೇಲೆ ನೀವೇನಾರೇ ಸಜೆಷನ್ ಕೊಡ, ಸಲಹೆಗಳನ್ನು ಕೊಡ್ಬೇಕಾಯ್ತಂದ್ರ, ಒಂದು ಬ್ರಾಂಚ್ ಅನ್ನ ಅಭಿವೃದ್ಧಿ ಮಾಡೋ ಸಲುವಾಗಿ ನೀವು ಸಲಹೆ ಸೂಚನೆಗಳನ್ನು ಕೊಡ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರ ಯಾವ್ದಕ್ ಕೊಡಬೇಕು ಅನ್ನೋದು ಗೊತ್ತಾಗ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಅಕೌಂಟ್ ಬೇಕು. ಆ ನಂತರ ಯಾವ್ದು ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ವರ್ಕ್ ಮಾಡೈತಿ, ಕಂಪ್ಯಾರಿಸನ್, ಒಂದನ್ನ ಇನ್ನೊಂದಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಲಿಕೆ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಅಕೌಂಟ್ ಬೇಕಾಗ್ತತಿ. ಇನ್ನು ಕೊನೆ ಉದ್ದೇಶ ಏನಂತ ಕೇಳಿದ್ರ ಶಾಸನಬದ್ಧವಾದ ಅವಶ್ಯಕತೆ. ಶಾಸನಬದ್ಧ ಅವಶ್ಯಕತೆ ಅಂದ್ರ ಈಗ ಇನ್ಕಮ್ ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಸ್ ಅವ್ರು ನೀವು ಇನ್ಕಮ್ ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಸ್ ಕಣ್ಣು ಮುಚ್ಚಿ ತುಂಬಿರ ತಗೋಲ್ಲ, ಅದಕ್ಕ ಏನ್ ಕೇಳ್ತಾರ, ಅಕೌಂಟ್ ಕೇಳ್ತಾರ. ಇನ್ಕಮ್ ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಸ್ ಅವರು ನಮ್ದು ಇನ್ಕಮ್ ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಸ್ ತುಮಕೂರಿಂದ ಕೊಡಾಕ ಅವ್ರ ತಗೋಲ್ಲ, ಅವ್ರು ನಿಮ್ದು ಅಕೌಂಟ್ ಮೊದಲು ತೊಂಬರಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಟೀಟ GST ತುಂಬಾಕು ಆದ್ರೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಿಮ್ ಸೇಲ್ ರೆಕಾರ್ಡ್ ಕೊಡ್ರಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಅದಕ್ಕ ಬ್ಯಾಂಕಿಗೆ ಲೋನ್ ಕೇಳಾಕ ಹೋದ್ರ ನಿಮ್ದು ಅಕೌಂಟ್ ತೊಂಬರಿ ನೋಡ್ತೇವೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಅದ್ರ ಸಲುವಾಗಿ ಶಾಸನಬದ್ಧವಾದ ಅವಶ್ಯಕತೆಗಳನ್ನ ಪೂರೈಕೆ ಮಾಡೋ ಸಲುವಾಗಿ ಆದ್ರೂ ನೀವು ಅಕೌಂಟ್ ನ ಬರಿಬೇಕಾಗ್ತದೆ. These are the objectives of branch accounts. Out of this you remember 5. Okay, and next is types of branches. Okay, what are the types of branches? The branches are classified into two categories mainly. The branches are classified into two categories mainly, that is based on location. First classification is made, or types is made on the basis of location of the branches. Where the branches are located, on the basis of the location of the branch, we make the types of branches. And another types of branches is made on the basis of controlling authority. On the basis of controlling authority, we classify the branches. And another is on the basis of location of the branch, we make the classification of the branches. ಈಗ ಬ್ರಾಂಚ್ ಅನ್ನ ನಾವು ಟೈಪ್ಸ್ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಕೇಳಿದ್ರ, ಆ ಬ್ರಾಂಚ್ ಎಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲಿ ಇದಾವು ಅದನ್ನ ಆಧಾರವಾಗಿ ಇಟ್ಟುಕೊಂಡು ಕ್ಲಾಸಿಫಿಕೇಶನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಇನ್ನ ನಿಯಂತ್ರಣವನ್ನ ಆಧಾರವಾಗಿ ಇಟ್ಟುಕೊಂಡು ಬ್ರಾಂಚ್ ಅನ್ನ ಕ್ಲಾಸಿಫೈ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಓಕೆ, ದಿ ಬ್ರಾಂಚ್ ಟೈಪ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಬ್ರಾಂಚಸ್ ಬೇಸ್ಡ್ ಆನ್ ಲೊಕೇಶನ್. If you classify the branches based on location, means where the branches are located, whether the branches are located within the city, outside the city, or outside the nation, within the nation. If you consider the geographical location of the branch, then the branches are classified into, one is foreign branch, another is inland branch. Inland branch you first write, and then you write the foreign branch. What is inland branch? Inland branch is a branch or foreign branch, you may explain anyone. Foreign branch is a branch. Branch is a foreign branch is a branch which is situated outside the country. Outside the country. If your branches are situated, if your branches are situated outside the country, for example, you are in India. You are in India. If you establish the branches, if you establish your branches outside India, means you established a branch in Pakistan, uh, or in USA, England, then Africa, other countries. Okay, if the branches are established outside the country is called a foreign branch. Is called a foreign branch. Okay, that is the first type of branch. And what is inland branch? Inland branch means these are the branches. These are the branches which are situated within the country. Inland branch means these are the branches established within the country. Within the country. If you establish the branches within the country, then those branches are called as inland branch. You may establish the branch within your state, within your nation. That means in Karnataka, Maharashtra, Gujarat, West Bengal, Uttar Pradesh, Rajasthan, Punjab, Haryana, like that. If the branches are situated within the country, then all those branches are called as inland branch. Inland branch. Okay. So based on geographical area, we classify the branches into two category. Here ರೀತಿ classify ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಯಾವುದು ಫಾರಿನ್ ಬ್ರಾಂಚ್. ಫಾರಿನ್ ಬ್ರಾಂಚ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ದೇಶ ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಹೊರಗಡೆ ಇದ್ದು ಬ್ರಾಂಚ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಫಾರಿನ್ ಬ್ರಾಂಚ್. ದೇಶದ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಇದ್ದು ಅಂದ್ರೆ inland branch. Okay. So it is based on geographical area or location. Then if you come to the based on controllability, if you make the types of branch based on controllability, controlling aspect, then again branches are classified into two. One is dependent branch. One is dependent branch and another is independent branch. One is under full control of the head office, another is not under the control of head office. If the branch is working under the full control of the head office, that is called as dependent branch. Dependent branch. And if the branch is not depending on the head office, suppose the branch is not depending on the head office, then that branch is called as independent branch. So if you take the controlling power of the head office and classify the branches, there are two types of branches. One is dependent branch, another is independent branch. What is dependent branch? What is dependent branch? Dependent branch is a branch established by the head office, and this branch is always depending on head office for each and every transaction. Branch is always depending on the head office. Branch take goods from the head office. Branch take cash from the head office. Branch takes explanation and instructions from the head office. And branch sells according to the directions of the head office. For each and every aspect, branch is depending on the head office. ಸರಿಯಾಗಿ ನೆನಪಿಟ್ಟುಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಡಿಪೆಂಡೆಂಟ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಯಾವ ಕೇಳಿದ್ರ ಯಾವ ಬ್ರಾಂಚ್ ಹೆಡ್ ಆಫೀಸ್ ಮ್ಯಾಲ ಅವಲಂಬನ ಇರ್ತದೆ ಎಲ್ಲದಕ್ಕೂ. ಹೆಡ್ ಆಫೀಸ್ ಅವ್ರು ವಸ್ತು ಕೊಟ್ರೆ ಮಾರ್ತಾರೋ ಇಲ್ಲಕ್ಕೆ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಹೆಡ್ ಆಫೀಸ್ ಅವರು ಯಾವ ರೇಟಿಗೆ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೋ ಆ ರೇಟಿಗೆ ಮಾರ್ತಾರೋ. ಹೆಡ್ ಆಫೀಸ್ ಅವ್ರ ಕಡೆ ಖರ್ಚಿಗೆ ರೊಕ್ಕ ಇಸ್ಕೊತಾರೋ. ಆ ಅಂತರ ಹೆಡ್ ಆಫೀಸ್ ಅವ್ರು ಏನ್ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಷನ್ ಕೊಡ್ತಾರ ಅದ್ರ ಪ್ರಕಾರ ಮಾತ್ರ ಕಾರ್ಯವನ್ನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾರ. ತಾವು ಸ್ವಂತವಾಗಿ ತಮ್ಮ ಬ್ರಾಂಚ್ ಅವರು ತಾವ ಯಾವುದೇ ರೀತಿ ಕಾರ್ಯಗಳನ್ನ ಮಾಡೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಹೆಡ್ ಆಫೀಸ್ ಅವ್ರು ಏನ್ ಕೊಡ್ತಾರ ಅದನ್ನ ಮಾರ್ತಾರ. ಯಾವ ರೇಟಿಗೆ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರ ಆ ರೇಟಿಗೆ ಮಾರ್ತಾರ. ಯಾವ್ದಾದ್ರು ಖರ್ಚು ಬಂದ್ರೆ ಹೆಡ್ ಆಫೀಸ್ ಅವ್ರ ಕಡೆ ರೊಕ್ಕ ಇಸ್ಕೊಂಡ್ ಕೊಡ್ತಾರ, ತಾವೇ ಖರ್ಚುಗಳನ್ನ ಕೊಡುದಿಲ್ಲ. ತಾವ್ ಏನ್ ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೂ ಅವ್ರ ಹೆಡ್ ಆಫೀಸ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಅವಲಂಬನೆ ಇರೋರು ಡಿಪೆಂಡೆಂಟ್ ಬ್ರಾಂಚ್. ಸೊ ಡಿಪೆಂಡೆಂಟ್ ಬ್ರಾಂಚ್ ಈಗ ಟೈಮ್ ಮುಗಿದದ್ದಿ, 1 ನಿಮಿಷ ಐತಿ. ಇನ್ನು ಉಳಿದದ್ದನ್ನ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ವಿಡಿಯೋದಾಗ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೈನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ.